Hi, babes, and welcome to Hot Dads Podcast with me, Maria Heinegg, head bitch in charge and co-host. And
I'm going to do FB today. First bitch, like first mate.
okay,
Gracie Canaan, co-host, and FB. And you can find me at Save Gracie Canaan, SaveGracieCanaan. Where can they find you? And then where can they find us?
They can find us all over the internet, just doing
All over.
horrible things.
Plastered.
But specifically on Instagram, you can find us at Hot Dads Pod, as well as being able to email us complaints and earmuffs, other people's dick pics.
Not your own.
At hotdadspod@gmail.com. And then you can find me on the internet, Titter. Oh my God. TikTok.
It's actually Twitter for OnlyFans.
I was thinking it was TikTok and Twitter put together, which is just like a nightmare of bad opinions.
I think you should get in there.
Kids dancing while they say the N-word or some stuff like that.
Yeah, I have $1 million idea.
Nightmarish.
Where can they find you on Titter?
They can find me on Titter, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, OnlyFans, and Instagram at Maria Heinegg, MariaHeinegg. Okay.
And we got to plug our producer extraordinaire.
Yes, we do.
Whom we would not.
Andrea Allen.
Woo!
You can check out her podcast, Dog Pig.
Pig.
Hey.
Cool.
Okay. Today we have a very exciting guest.
We do.
I'm going to introduce him because he's not my dad, but he is Gracie's dad.
You guys might know him
my
from contributing to my birth. He's wrecking the joint right now. Do you want to put your feet up, Father?
No, that's okay.
Okay, all right.
I only have 1 foot anyway.
Okay. He has 1 foot. He has 1 ear, barely holding it together. This is my biological father.
Yep.
Chris Canaan.
I still want to see the DNA on that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, you'll figure it out pretty fast that we're both just a couple windbag assholes. I am.
Well, I love that.
The apple fell immediately close to the tree. I'm still on the tree. Where can we contact you? Because I'm sure after this episode, people are going to be reaching out.
People are going to need their charts.
Yes, the New York Correctional Facility.
Yeah.
You can reach me.
That's my thing, actually.
I thought maybe you did birth charts for people in prison, and I was that's interesting. I don't know, it's what they need most.
No, he just lives there. They let him out
I am
occasionally.
at ccanaan731@gmail.com. That's CANAAN 731, which is my birthday, at gmail.com.
And if you guys have more
It's
questions, on how to spell his last name, it's also crazy.
Yeah.
My last
What
name.
a coincidence.
Yeah.
Well, how does that happen?
I know. It's insane.
Patriarchy.
Well, we used to say Canaan. And then can you explain what happened? Because like from age 1 to 18, we said Canaan. And now I say Canaan. And all of my high school friends are like, what happened?
Make it as brief as possible.
Yeah, okay.
Growing up.
It was the year 1810.
First of all, Canaan is like New Canaan, Connecticut, right? Or the land of Canaan, right?
Yes.
Bible.
And if there's another pronunciation,
Bible
it would
fans
be
out
double
there.
A, like
Cain and Abel. Okay.
Cain
I'm
and
sorry.
Abel. It would be
More Bible
Cain.
talk.
It would be like double A, Haas. It would be either Canaan or Canaan. Those are the only 2 ways to say the name.
Right.
So my whole life,
else.
people, Canaan would be Canan.
It makes the least
So
amount
my
of sense.
parents brought me up not knowing how to say my last name.
Right.
And correcting people who would say it correctly, either the first or the second pronunciation. So when we all moved east, I said, I don't want you kids to go through this.
Right.
People are going to be calling you Canaan your whole life, and you're going to correct them with the wrong pronunciation.
Okay.
So let's just cut it to the quick.
So we really we really restored the legacy.
We restored
Moved
the legacy.
east
Yeah.
and you corrected it all.
Yeah.
Right. We started anew. We're still ruining our names by just the
Right.
kids just being like drunk messes.
Right.
But I think
Although
we'll
I haven't
get there.
been arrested in, 6 or 8 months.
Yeah. That's good. Again, New York Correctional
Yeah,
Facility.
it's a lot easier to get away with things in New Hope, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, like just light
currently
things,
reside.
murder.
Pennsylvania in general, I would say, is an easier place to
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
piece of
yeah,
garbage.
yeah, exactly. Well, he's visiting. We're gonna go see Book of Mormon.
Yep.
We're very excited about that.
Okay, so let's talk about what Chris does because they don't know that yet.
Oh, yeah.
So he gave them his Gmail, but they don't know why.
Right.
He's gonna get a bunch of weird.
If you have any questions,
you're a jack of all trades. Why don't you talk a little bit about
I am
what
a jack
you
of all
do?
trades. Okay.
Gemini rising.
Gemini
Okay, jack
rising,
of all
yes.
trades.
Well, I started off in the entertainment industry as an actor and as a writer.
We know it.
And I had a good run in a place maybe you've heard of. It's called Hollywood. Have you
Yes.
Hollywood? Okay.
Yeah.
Have heard tales.
We can
Have
only
heard
dream
tales.
of it. We all three in this room hate it.
All right. I was there for many years. Like I said, had a good run. Lucky enough to win an Emmy. Created Walker,
Cool.
Texas
Emmy
Ranger.
award-winning writer.
You created Walker,
I
Texas
was
Ranger?
one of four.
Did I not tell you that?
No.
I
Yeah,
was
if
one
you
of
guys wanna-
4 creators of that show.
The next 45 minutes are going to be
a lot
plugs.
of movies and television and good stuff.
Okay, cool.
And I think part of my attraction towards astrology is I grew up. My mother was an astrologer.
Oh,
my
really?
grandmother
so this
was
is
an
like
astrologer.
passed down.
And that's
It was
what
like
I-
a language growing up, which I first resisted. But then a couple of things happened. First of all, she was nailing all my friends with accuracy,
Okay.
which was kind of weird.
in astrology.
I'm really with how that sentence ended.
yeah.
I mean, live your life.
Right,
Well, it
for
was
sure.
California.
Yes, Californian.
in the 60s,
Yeah, anything goes.
Right. And then as a storyteller, I began to see the parallel between the narrative of the chart, which is a story. This is your story, and I'm going to give you your chart right now.
Very excited.
It's a formal
Okay.
You can
presentation.
follow along with it.
And that this is
on resume
information about you that when you're talking about story, you're talking about character, you're talking about objective. What does the character want? You're talking about action. What is the character doing to get the objective? What are the obstacles? What are the choices that you have in your own personal narrative to achieve the goals you want? By first recognizing the challenges and recognizing the, let's say, the blessings that you have in your chart that need to really be emphasized. How to turn the adversarial things into positive things and how to get the most out of your gifts. That's it.
it's
chart-
It's easy.
It's easy
Super easy
peasy.
when
In
you break it down
principle,
like
it's
that.
easy. Okay.
I was
Any
being
questions so
sarcastic.
far?
No.
Okay.
I think we should dive right into it. This is the
Gonna
ultimate fatherly advice.
dive
Actually,
right in.
I have two questions.
Yes.
One, did you UPS this chart to yourself? Because I see
No,
you have
I
UPS
I
envelope.
went
I'm
to
gonna
the
move. Do you
UPS
need
to
this?
I went to UPS actually to
Okay.
get good paper.
Oh,
Like you have.
okay.
Resume paper for you.
All
You can
right.
frame
Yeah,
that.
There
got me
you
a
go.
Fancy paper. Maybe I will frame. I was going to say
Yeah.
I would frame this.
This
Yeah,
is
hand it to me.
this is a snapshot of the universe, time
Okay.
and place when you were born.
Yeah.
Jung, the great psychologist Carl Jung,
Yeah.
describes
friend of the
this
pod.
moment. I didn't know him. Anyhow, he says that you are like a grape being plucked at a certain moment of time in space. You take on the qualities and characteristic of that moment.
He was a
that
wine
grape.
drinker.
He was a wine drinker.
Weren't
And
they
he
all
did
back then?
Yeah, oh my
Lot of
God,
drugs.
not at the very least.
Yeah.
And that's Swiss.
guy.
How serious.
You
wake
are
up-
a poppy plucked off of the plant to be turned into the
To be
purest black
smoked.
tar heroin.
So we look to see.
Do you want to finish that grape analogy?
the grape analogy? No, that I finished it.
Oh, but then there's a second part of it. I've heard this
The
grape
second part
analogy,
of
which
it
is then you
the
can
second
do
Part
whatever.
of it is you do with it what you will. In other words, you have choices. The difference, in astrology and other, well, I guess in all things, is you have a choice of what you're going to do with that grape. Are you going to make it you're going to take a mediocre grape and turn it into something way beyond its expectations? Are you going to take a great grape and turn it into like sawdust?
So
There
you
we
could
go.
either be
There we go. Right.
you
The
could
second
either
one.
you could
Right.
either be an aged
grape?
organic skin contact grape, or you could be Welch's.
Right. Exactly.
The choice is yours.
Well, both of those, there's a Trader Joe's brand version.
sure.
Right.
Both
Organic.
of those are fun time,
Yeah.
really,
Right.
especially if you spike the Welch's
Right.
with wine.
That sounds.
Okay.
Awful. Grapes on grapes on grapes.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm gonna do a really
are you?
quick overview of what I will call your
Spiraling.
astrological DNA.
Okay.
Okay. What do we see? What is your basic character? What is your unconscious desire? How do you present yourself to the world?
Yeah.
What are your needs in relationship? What kind of men are you attracted to, or women, as case may be? What kind of people
She likes
are you?
a little bit of both. She's a lover.
I just like attractive people.
All right, all right.
And people who are attracted to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that first and foremost.
Yeah.
The first
Doesn't
thing
matter
we
if I'm
see
attracted to them.
is the rising sign, which is that would be what people see.
Do you mean the 69?
Yeah, the 69. There you go.
I just licked the mic on that one. Sorry,
And that
Andrea.
indicates to me with the best sense, what a nasty mind you have.
Oh, you have no idea. You have no
I've always found
idea.
Tauruses to be the most
disgusting.
earthy. No, earthy. I mean,
Salty.
you're an earth.
Salt of the earth.
You're
Here
the-
I go. That's number one insult.
Earth
for
is
Maria.
body. Earth is physical. There's no sign that enjoys the physicality of life like a Taurus.
Okay.
Like grapes.
But before we get to Taurus, let's look at your rising sign. Your rising sign is Cancer. That's water.
Okay.
Okay. This Cancer is the mother.
Mm-hmm.
You have a maternal attitude toward everybody you meet. People look to you for nurturing in a very maternal way.
That is accurate.
Okay.
Very accurate.
The moon that rules that sign.
Make sure we see your beautiful face.
The moon that rules that sign
Mm-hmm.
is in Virgo.
Okay.
Virgo is earth, like your sun sign, and it is service. How do you relate? You relate by serving.
Acts of service are
Acts of
definitely one of
service
my
is
love
what your life
languages.
is about. And where did you learn that? You learned that in your home. Okay, now your mother is described as a very curious mixture of somebody who taught you about service,
Yeah.
but whose somewhat erratic behavior confused you about what the nurture. Am I supposed to take care of my mother? Is she supposed to take care of me? What does it mean to take care of? So you
Okay.
had to start off in life defining what nurturing meant. Who gets it, why, when, and how.
Move your paper down so they can see
Move
your
my
face.
paper
Beautiful
down. Right.
face.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I can just hold it
I'm
for
listening.
you.
I heard
No.
what you
Okay.
said.
No, I hear you.
Got
so
it.
now, in your 10th house.
Is it okay if we get into your mom more?
You just sighed.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, you are
Well,
not
because
going to
the
like
next
this.
part,
And, oh, it says you have 7
yeah.
hours to live.
Yeah, and
Make 'em
I
count.
thought leprosy was cured, but
Yeah, it's right here. It's not looking
but
good.
then I met your personality.
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
realized
No,
I did
it's a-
say I
You
did
are-
say this before we started recording, is that most people when their dad come in and they're like, I need to look at your chart. It's
Yeah.
medical, but I like to know that if I'm ever lying in a hospital bed, my dad will be like, oh no,
Yeah.
Jupiter's in her 6th house. She's not gonna make it.
He
You
just,
have,
whispered to her doctor, like, she's a Gemini. So don't listen
yes,
Yeah.
scalpel, Gemini. In the 10th house of career,
to her. 10th house or 10th house?
the 10th house of career
Okay.
is the sun sign, which is
Okay.
your life force, your character, your want. Okay, what do you want? You want to be very, very successful in career. There's 12 houses, each signifying something different in life.
Why are there 12 houses?
I don't know. Why are there
Months.
12? Why 12 months? 12
Well, that has to
signs.
do
The
with
clock,
time.
the time. 12 seems to be a
Recurring.
theme
Okay.
in time. But nobody's ever asked me that before. That's a pretty good question.
Yeah. I like that we're open. I like that you didn't try to fake knowing too
Well,
much.
I
You
was gonna say
speculated
that-
and you didn't bullshit.
I was going to say they're 13, but I couldn't be bothered with the last one.
That's
But
good. That's a good one. We got to back up. Dad joke.
So there is sun in a Taurus. Taurus is fixed earth. It is determined. There's an old saying that says, God hath no rage like a Taurus when they're angry.
Oh, yeah.
Was that before the
out,
God hath
baby.
no
They
fury?
are
like a woman
Ferdinand,
scorned?
the friendly bull, right up until somebody
I have a tattoo of Ferdinand the Bull on my bod.
on your butt.
on a
On
Would it be
place
too
where
much
she
to see
can't-
it? Or
You want to see it?
Isn't it?
Absolutely.
I was just
And
fishing.
here's the part where Maria shows her butt to my dad.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's
All
right on there.
Oh,
We are
wow.
all family now.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. Welcome. You
Yeah.
know. I'd show you. I'd show you my. I'd show you my.
I wasn't even phased. What if my dad's like, "Oh my god, girls, same." He shows a tramp stamp.
Listen.
Girl, same. That's what this episode
I would show
Girl,
you.
same.
I would show you my Leo tattoo, but I'd get arrested. Anyway.
Back to the correctional facility. He doesn't have any tattoos. He's against tattoos.
Chris, you're just a good time.
Yeah, well,
that's what he's
so
known
I've been
for,
told.
Leo.
Anyhow, you also have in the 10th house a planet Mercury, which is communication, and it's in Aries. Even though your mantra is slow and steady wins the race, when you're on an intellectual roll, when you have something to say, you're like a Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom.
Fucking real.
And that has to do, and again, we look at how is that planet being influenced. Saturn, which is structure, strength, organization, okay? It makes a beautiful aspect to that Mercury, which means structure, organization, and communication work together. So when you start to move fast and hit hard, and when you start to shoot from the hip, it's well grounded. You know you're not going to make a mistake because somehow, in a very intuitive and almost primitive way, you have figured out exactly what you're going to say, what kind of effect it's going to have on people, how it will be perceived, and how it will advance you in both your career and your workplace.
Okay.
Now,
What do you think so far? Feel it?
I'm like alarmed to be.
Good.
now I
want
would
you
like to see. I
shocked.
really like to see some really difficult doo-doo in a chart because it's more exciting. You know, we see the great
exciting for you.
drama. Yeah.
Oh my God! Really quickly,
Where's the angst?
I need to
know?
interrupt this for a second. About 3 years ago, so I have a friend, Steph Dag, friend of the pod. She
You gotta have her on.
Yeah, we gotta have her on. But she, for her birthday, I thought it would be nice to give her a reading and a little summary. So I sent it to her, and it was I didn't really read it before I gave it to her, and she got back to me and she's like, your dad just roasted me. Your dad, she was like, this is all the work. It's just like, you're going to be depressed for the next 4 years. You might make a little bit of money, but you're going to be like heartbroken and blah, blah, blah. And she's just drunk looking at this chart. Like, your dad hates me. So this is, but a lot more interesting.
I try to make it productive. I'm not roasting you. I'm inviting you to look at certain...
To look in the mirror and weep
confront.
openly.
Now, from a writing perspective, I'm sorry to say that I have nothing but positive things to say about your chart right now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not juicy at all.
No documentaries, no real crime.
Nothing. Just, it's all systems
It'll
go.
all be over
Well,
very soon.
you know, here's the thing.
Come back in a year. You'll be a mess.
Let me see.
I have
Saturn.
questions after this too. Why are all of these houses empty? What does that mean?
Yeah. So there's
if you have an empty house, it means in this lifetime, those issues are not something that you're dealing with.
These are empty.
Yeah, the empty houses, they sort of take care of themselves. Okay. Now, I will say this, that in January, this is not a bad thing. It's a challenging thing.
Beautiful face.
Okay. Saturn is structured, discipline, organization, as I've said before.
Mm-hmm.
And it operates at the highest point in relationships. Okay. It's making a square to your Venus, which is relationships, love, people in general, how you interact. We commonly associate it with marriage. Okay.
Romance.
All through
romance.
no.
So this is
In
one of
this
my
case, it's not
favorite-
romance.
Not romance?
This is what's the deal.
Just the business transaction.
Not
of
just the
marriage?
business transaction of marriage, but what works and what doesn't work. How are you able to discern those patterns in your relationships that have not worked?
Functioning and non-functioning.
Functioning and non-functioning. Perfectly Saturn, trine, Mercury in it. Fire signs. Very good.
Well, I also want to say really quickly, just sneaking in a little bit of my own.
Yeah.
This is something I learned recently, and it's very big, is that marriage and love are not in the same house.
Love and marriage.
Yeah, it's
And
like
marriage.
it's like love, and then over here is marriage. So marriage, correct me if I'm wrong, Faja, but marriage and partner and like business partnerships are more in the same house, and then family and love affairs are in the same house. Is that right? Do I have that right? So that's something I just tell myself in this very crucial
When you're thinking
transitional
about business.
Yeah. I'm gonna find my next partner.
Is
on
our love and
Craigslist.
sex in the same house?
They're close.
They're close.
I thought
Okay.
sex was near death.
Scorpio.
Gotta get back to
Me is the first house. Second house, and second house is what I have. Seventh house is we. The eighth house is what we have. That includes property. That includes sex. That includes anything that you commingle, so to speak.
Well, what
with
about sex on my own? I don't mean masturbating, just to be clear. But like my sex is my sex. You know what I mean? Like as a
you
single
have
person,
you have
I
Venus
own my
and
own
Taurus,
sex.
which is at home, and again earthy. You know what do you got in your bag of tricks there?
Crawling around.
What do you got in there?
mud.
You know,
she does prefer to hook up in the mud in the rain.
Now, in terms of
Mud wrestling or no sex?
mud wrestling, right?
No mud or go home.
You have you have Aquarius on the eighth house of sex. Aquarius is
Eighth house of sex.
eighth house of
Hell
sex,
yeah.
the Scorpion house,
Okay.
and that's. Let me see if I can put this. It is a non-adherence to what we would call normal.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Did you look under my mattress?
I would say I can concur.
Can you?
Confer. Yeah. Second hand.
Yeah,
Won't be first hand, you know?
You're like,
We'll get
winky
there.
wink. I can
Yeah,
concur.
yeah.
So anyhow, right now, January of this year, you are being invited by the universe to really ferret out what works and what doesn't. It may coincide with meeting maybe somebody you already know, taking a hard look at the value of making a commitment, which Saturn is. Okay.
Shit,
But this
Damn.
commitment will be based not on fantasy, which is another part of your chart. You have Mars and Neptune. Mars is male energy, okay? And Neptune is illusion. And they're both in your sixth house of work, which means inspired hard work, looking for a man who inspires you, or a woman who inspires you, but who also has his or her feet on the ground, okay? And that can sometimes be confusing. Well, they're so exciting, but they're killing me, or they're so boring, but I can, I can count on them. And how do I find the excitement with the stability and maintain some kind of equilibrium that makes sense?
Okay.
This is your opportunity this month. So
This
get on the
month?
phone. Yes,
Girl,
right now.
get-
So get on the phone and start making calls.
Just go down your contact list and be like, I'm looking for someone stable.
yeah.
Can we kind of maybe interject and say, we talked about this on a previous episode, didn't we? Like, I think our first episode is you had a question of, should I text this person?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This guy from like a while back. Like there's still some like open energy there.
Yeah.
May I ask the sign of that person?
I don't know.
Whoa.
Well, that says a lot right there, doesn't it?
What?
Sorry.
What?
Even
You
in
don't
the-
get this information up front.
I know. What? Actually, I take that back. I know like when around their birthday is.
When around would
the
that
back half of August.
be?
Leo.
No, Virgo.
Virgo. Shit.
Well, it depends. If the last
loser.
week of August,
Yeah.
the last week of August?
Yeah. It's definitely not. Yeah.
Before the 20th or
Right,
the 21st.
it's after the
Okay,
20th.
well that's
good
an
news.
excellent sign for you. And I'll
Oh,
tell you
really?
why. And I'll tell you why. More important than sun is sun moon, yin and yang.
Okay.
So whenever you see somebody's sun in the same sign as the other person's moon, it's an incredible connection. And your moon is in Virgo, and this person's sun is in Virgo. And I'm not saying run out and, you book the facility and you start sending out invitations.
Too late, Chris. Too
I'm
late.
saying do it.
But I'm
you
saying
should go
that,
for it.
put your Taurus cap on right now and your moon and Virgo cap on right now. And,
Two caps. Order more top hats.
Yeah.
Or
And
any top
and see what this looks like. If it's not this person, then whatever evaluation you have done on this person, whatever analysis that you've come up with, in other words, okay, this works, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. Can I put up with that? Maybe I can't put up with that. You know what I mean? All that stuff,
Analysis.
all that analysis,
Yeah.
you will have processed it by the end of the month. So I'm not saying this is really about any one person, although it could be. It's about you processing the stuff.
Okay.
To come out the other end with a clearer and more informed notion of what it is that you can or can't do.
That may result in being
a serious
with
commitment.
a person, but also if it doesn't.
See, on the 7th house of marriage, you have Capricorn, which is the rock of Gibraltar, okay? And the ruler of that planet is Saturn, and it's in the 5th house of creative self-expression. This could be somebody down the road. You're still very young.
We don't need to say how young.
I'm not going to say how young. You're young. You're young.
Sure.
When you're my age, anybody who's breathing is young. So.
Yeah, you're youthful.
If it's, it could be a fire sign. It could be sort of Aries, Sagittarius, but with the Capricorn, a very stable fire sign.
This is what is
this? Could be the next person.
Oh, for marriage.
For commitment, whatever you call,
Yeah,
it.
commitment is good.
Yeah,
I don't
for
really
commitment,
care about marriage.
right? Neither do any of my ex-wives.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Chris.
Oh well.
See Canaan at 7:31.
Saucy Minx.
No, it's my fault. Really.
Yeah. You fucked up. It's
All right.
Really
the other thing I would say is plan on traveling a lot for the rest of your life.
Okay.
And
I
plan
love
on
that.
traveling
Do it.
a lot and to expand your creative self-expression. Okay, start booking podcast symposiums in Copenhagen.
Okay.
Or
Do that. We're on
whatever.
it.
You got Jupiter,
Spend all
which
of
is
your
the
money.
planet of travel in the 9th house of travel. It also is not just the travel of the body, but of the spirit and the mind. You will also always be.
I don't have a spirit. So
Okay, well,
It's
I
just
guess
empty.
all that stuff under your mattress could explain that. Anyway,
It's just hollow and
Right.
hollow and kinky.
I thought you meant because I have a set of sheets to change them out, and I was like, did he see the
No,
sheet?
that's
I-
a classic
I understand.
callback.
No,
Where
I
do you
understand
think
the
I get it?
callback.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I
Right.
I got there.
Callback.
right.
That
And so it's not just traveling of the body, but of the mind and spirit. And it has to do with expanding education, expanding religious experience, expanding on the trip. So you'll always be looking to get out, to go far in order to reach a fuller awareness and understanding of yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
Where do you
Right.
think you want to go
Traveling.
next?
Um,
I mean, you have to go to Copenhagen.
Japan.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Does it say anything about Japan in there specifically? I mean,
let
he
me
wrote all
see.
of his notes in Japanese, which is really weird.
I would have to look up.
Yeah.
I mean, actually.
That was mostly a joke question.
Well, but no, actually, in astrology, everything has a sign. Every body part has a sign. Every country has a sign. Everything has
That's
a sign.
wild.
Yeah, it is.
I guess that's like language, right? Like,
Everything,
there's a
yes,
word for
exactly. Everything is connected.
and what got you into this? Like, because I understand the
Girls.
passing it down. Girls.
You know, back in the 70s in Hollywood, which leads me to the.
Chasing
Were you
tail.
going to ask me a question?
Yeah, I want to know when you decided
okay.
to start embracing.
Well,
Astrology.
like I said, when I saw how well my mother did, and then one summer I was in
Nailing all your
Boston doing,
friends.
I was doing
Yeah.
theater in Boston, and I spent every day when I wasn't on stage at night studying astrology because
Okay.
I was going to go back to LA, and I said to my mom, I said, look, I don't want to be a bartender or waitress. Teach me this crap, and I will.
I mean,
You'll figure
take
it
the
out.
business
And,
to
yeah.
LA. And back before it was super trendy, if a guy.
it was very
It was
trendy
very
then.
trendy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Very
think we're
trendy
so
back in the
new.
70s,
Oh,
yeah.
Come on,
It was
man.
really
This
trendy.
is my
70s.
70s impression.
And it was a
More of a
great time.
60s
Everybody
impression,
was
but yeah.
open, and everybody was happy, and everybody was stoned, and everybody was everything. So it was a great time.
Sorry, that's our next astrologer.
Yeah, that's your next astrologer, right?
Yeah, it's a whole day. You're going to Book of Mormon alone.
So that's how I got into it. And it's like anything else. You pick up golf or tennis or chess. You just the more you know, the more you get into it, the more interesting it becomes, and so forth.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to carry it on
feel
before
like-
you
Yeah.
croak.
I feel like astrology is so complex.
It's really simple. You
Is
just
it?
It's keywords. I mean, some people can make it. Some people can make it complex. But each one of these houses, each one of these planets, each one of these signs has a keyword. It's like sending a telegram. You don't remember telegrams, but there was a point.
I know what telegrams are.
You know, how do you get the most?
I'm not 19.
I mean,
I think
you're young.
Yeah.
So you could be 19.
Yeah. So it's really
19, just rode hard and put away wet. That's the clip. Just where we got a chuckle. The one chuckle that we've gotten out of you.
We've got some chuckles. We've gotten some dad
What do you
chuckles.
mean? And I want to see your tattoo again. So what is that?
Okay, yeah, all right. Now, all right. And Hot Dad's podcast. No, we're not done. We're not done.
71-year-old male here who is looking fart in Brooklyn.
What does it say about What does it say about our partnership?
Our partnership?
Me and Maria.
Oh, your partnership.
The two of us.
Oh,
Yeah, hold the mic closer.
Hold the mic closer.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll probably never talk after this interview again.
Fantastic.
No, she actually very good because her Mercury's conjunct your moon. She is absolutely instinctive about what you're going to say next. You trust her impulses to help you hone your speaking. Mm-hmm. And also she has, you have planets in Leo and in Aries. There's a third fire sign, Sagittarius. And when somebody fills out in that triad, that's a triad, fills that out, we look to that to see how substantive they are in your life. She's got Saturn there. Tremendous stabilizing ability for you. Okay, now what do you...
That is very true.
This is all alarming.
I provide I provide some pizzazz, some like tagine spice.
Which, by the way, is the next food I'm making.
And your sun sign falls in her 11th house of friendship. So your friendship is very valuable to her in terms of moving forward. And she doesn't have a lot. She has no air. Now, there's four elements. Water, emotion, earth, practicality and stability. Fire, which is passion and creativity. And air, which is intellectual processing.
So you're practical and very fucking stupid.
It means
you'd be a great coal shoveler or something. That's what it says in your sign.
Yeah. I take back
dirt.
Take back what I said about Copenhagen. I think West Virginia would be a much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing because one of my best friends is from West Virginia and she will take umbrance with that.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that. Jerry West, my favorite basketball
player. I was
player.
just in West Virginia.
Aaron,
and
you can suck it. Okay.
Yes, and your producer falls on your 7th house of partnerships.
Okay,
Capricorn.
Perfect.
So that and your work environment.
No, what? It's on New Year's. We know this.
Yeah. So any more questions you might have of me?
What do you think I should do with the rest of my life? Is being a comedian right for me?
Oh, I think you're damn funny.
Oh my God.
And I think your timing is impeccable.
Oh my God. Stop
Yes.
flirting.
No, I'm not. Oh,
again,
no.
Okay.
40 years ago, maybe, but right now, I'd just be glad to get out of your apartment alive.
Yeah. He's really... the older you get, really, the simpler
your expectations lower. Like I said, I just hope, and I'm not that I'm delusional or anything, but I hope your plant doesn't kill me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think so. Just don't eat it, but there's no promises.
Right. Yeah. So you're in a very positive place right now, and I will say this: I'm looking to May of 2024. Mm-hmm. You're going to go through various things between now and then, but then you will have redefined in new and significant and revolutionary ways your whole definition of what makes you feel good at the most fundamental level. This may have some issues to do with your mother that you need to resolve. It may have to do with a home you move into with somebody, or it may just be you're ready to feel damn good about who you are and you've done the work.
Oh my God. I can't wait to tell my therapist.
You really have done the work. You have workbooks. You have a therapist.
Yeah, I'm going to threaten her. I'm going to be like, you have until May 2024, bitch. Or you are
fix
fired.
me.
And by the way, 90%.
You are fired.
90% of my mother's clients were therapists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there it is.
They would come. They would
take
clients.
3 years to know what my mother could see in 10 minutes.
How many therapy sessions do you think this is?
Huh? Oh.
How many therapy? Not you.
Oh.
Maria.
I couldn't tell you. I mean, this is.
Yeah.
It's apples and oranges. You can't really mix
Yeah,
it.
well, I'll also say I'm pretty good at giving like a very in-depth summary, speaking quickly. So like she heard about all my shit,
Yeah. Right.
episode 1. If you
Oh my
will.
gosh, I do the same thing because I've switched therapists so
Episode
many
1.
times at this point that
gotta
I
have
have
a fucking
sent
elevator
I have
pitch.
sent the intake form
Yeah.
like before the appointment. I have like a PDF that I'm like, here's all the shit. Here's what's currently happening.
Here's what I'm like. You just send
I'm
your
not gonna
birth chart.
Yeah, seriously. Here's my birth chart. Here's like a urine sample. She's like, this is a violation. How did you email this? But I
Just pee on your birth chart. and
yeah,
mail it
pee
to
on my
her.
birth chart 2 in 1.
be
But
like-
I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $60 or whatever, $100 per episode, per session, catching you up to speed for 4 sessions. Like, let's
Yeah, but
go.
I will say, I don't think we see it that way.
Yeah.
Like we see it as a waste of time. But I think for them, much like he is learning about me from my reactions to
Yes.
things that he says.
Yeah, that's very true.
Oh, you put a good poker face there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty.
But in general, like obviously, when you interact with people, you learn more about them. When we're giving those summaries to our new therapists, because we keep getting fired from our other therapists. No, they learn about you in the way that you give that summary. So
Right.
you are getting value out of it. I
Sure you are.
Keep that in mind for your next
That's
therapy.
very
Yeah.
true. I desperately
One
need
is
to
a
go back to therapy
snapshot.
right now.
One is a process.
Who knows?
Okay. This is a snapshot. This is like here. This is what boom, 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 boom,
So
boom.
how often do you need your birth chart done?
Well, the planets move. This is your chart here. Okay. These are the planets as they are now in the sky. As they move, they continue to make various aspects with what we call your natal or birth planets. The slower moving planets have the most impact on you. For instance, it takes Saturn 2 years to go through a sign. If I would say once a year,
Okay.
yeah.
So I need to email you at chriscanaan731 at gmail.com.
Yes.
To follow up.
Once yearly.
Yeah,
Yes.
To get
for
my-
it's your annual checkup.
Right.
covered by
Or if
insurance.
there's something immediate that you need to work through, or business or professional or personal, good time to try. How is the timing on this? For instance, you ever want to make a deal when Mercury is retrograde?
Yeah.
So
Or by technology.
That's the one thing my cousin always highlights is she'll be
Right.
like, Mercury's in retrograde, so shit
Don't
is
even
fucked
leave.
up."
Yeah, right.
Is Mercury in retrograde right now? Okay, we have a few minutes left.
Yep.
Which we definitely need to plug, but also do we want to ask one more abbreviated question?
Well, Daddy Canaan, I was curious if you have
You guys you're gonna be my new stepmom. This is gonna be
if you have any tips for staying hot for us, and it can be
and keep in mind, a man of your age, you are, I can say, the most, the oldest, most decrepit guest we've had
Oh my
on
God.
this far.
That's
Yeah, I
not
mean,
nice at
Yeah.
all.
I mean, inches
see the
from
guns?
death. Okay, don't. That's how you break your hip, and then
break your hips.
I would say
by
this.
flexing,
Let's-
he flexes so hard that
Well,
his hip
I
breaks.
do want everyone to know one hot tip is that he's wearing Uggs. Okay.
Oh
There you
my
go.
god!
I love a man
Right.
in Uggs.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me, if I may,
You may.
Yes, you have to keep it to 1
You
minute.
must.
How
You
does a
must.
man of your ancient?
let's not talk
Ancient.
about me now. Let's go back in time
Okay.
and talk about me when I was in my prime.
You're in your
How-
prime right now.
I am in my
Which
prime.
was 1
It
to
was
2 years
very,
ago.
Yeah,
When
a
I was
very small
68.
demographic.
Everything has fallen apart in
Everything-
the last 6
I
months.
wake up every morning to see if anything turned blue or fell off in the middle of the night. Okay, that's where I am.
Yep.
Is that your stay hot tip? Check to
No,
see if you still have
no.
everything.
Yeah.
Stay hot tip for men of any age is sense of humor.
Okay.
And let
and
me
women.
say that, you asked, I'm only can speak for men.
Right, for
now,
sure.
in my youth,
Mm-hmm.
when I lived in Hollywood, close your ears, young daughter.
I've heard it all. It's disgusting. I have no respect. For
There
you.
were many men who were better looking. Not many, but some.
no. Come on.
There were
Come on.
certainly a lot
Pops.
of men who were richer and drove better cars and so forth and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But as my brother once said,
Get that pussy.
wise man.
You laugh women into bed.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So I found that was a great aphrodisiac, laughter, because not a lot of people can make you really laugh, as you know. You're around funny people, and some are funnier than others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's also very hard for us as female comedians to go out with people because like then they try really hard to make themselves funny, and they're like, blah, 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 I want to riff. And it's like, I always go for the guys who don't try, like who are just effortlessly funny.
Or also, like, I think part of dating as a female comedian is accepting, like, I'm probably going to be funnier than the person I'm with, which I don't
Let's
like
not
at all.
go there.
I want the other person to be funnier.
Well, that's,
Right.
I feel like I'm you, for, years ago back in that era, because I feel like I do that.
The other point would be to listen. To listen.
You do that?
People don't know what?
That's the clip, baby. Okay, to be fair, he is deaf in his left ear, but
No, I was just making a joke.
oh shit,
He was doing a bit.
damn,
I was doing a bit.
damn. What happened to
missed
that?
it.
Oh
You missed
man,
a
there's
bit.
my. I didn't
You
get the
guys
sense
adorable.
So and when I was in graduate school and I was working with a great teacher, he would always say, "You don't know how to listen." And then I went to do some theater in Boston, and I worked with some great actors, and I couldn't help but listen. And in one summer, I went from knowing the difference of really listening, not just hearing, but listening. So listening and humor keeps you hot forever.
Oh my God. That's like bars.
I think that's good. Yeah,
That is
bars.
bars,
means-
Chris.
Would you like to explain what bars means?
Yeah.
Oh, that means like truth.
Speaking
like
the truth.
on the poker thing.
No.
Yeah.
on the
it's
Yes,
like-
slot machine.
slot
like,
machine.
Like if you have good bars, like you have some like good rap lyrics, basically.
Bars.
Right.
It's going to be the thing that you're behind.
By the
after
way,
this
I've done
episode.
a rap song recently. Would anybody like to hear me? No.
No, we actually had that on our last episode.
Oh,
we had
okay.
someone finish. All right, guys, we got to go to see Book of Mormon. This has
Right.
been incredibly succinct and
Yes.
I think successful. Here's to more dad episodes. We got to
Yeah.
get your dad on.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me
you
on
so
your
much.
podcast.
We're going to do some last plugs,
Thank you for
guys.
having me in your home.
This has
Yeah.
been Hot Dads Pod. You can find us at Hot Dads Pod on Instagram. Follow us. Please, if you enjoyed this or enjoyed any of the episodes, like, subscribe, rate, review. It helps the podcast
Share.
get found.
Yeah.
Share.
with your friends, with your enemies. We also have the
Lovers.
full episodes up on YouTube.
Hot Dads Pod.
So you can watch it and listen to it.
Email us with any thoughts, feelings, criticism at hotdads@gmail.com.
HotDadsPod.
Hotdadspod@gmail.com. Damn it. You can find me at Save Gracie Canaan, SAVE GRACIE Damn, the nerves. I don't know when this is coming out, but I will probably be on tour. So check out my website, graciecanaan.com, for dates and stuff. And what about you, Maria?
And you can find me on all the places on the internet at Maria Heinegg, MariaHeinegg.
And you can find Chris at ccanaan731@gmail.com for any questions or readings. He is open for biz.
That's right. We're all open for biz. Thanks so much. This has been Hot Dads with Gracie and Maria.
Thank you. Bye.